Hi guys, welcome back to the news. Tinubu set to announce palliative package for workers amid moves to stop nationwide strike. Hello my country people, welcome back to the news. If you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Bearing last-minute changes, President Bola Tinubu will announce a palliative package to enable Nigerian workers cope with the fuel subsidy removal during his Independence Day speech on October 1st. This, according to Olajide, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Labour, is part of efforts towards preventing the planned nationwide strike by the organized labor. Now, Politics Nigeria reports that labor unions in the country had already declared an indefinite strike with effect from Tuesday, October 3rd, to protest the alleged failure of President Bola Tinubu's government to provide post-subsidy palliatives for workers. But then Olajide said the ministry has scheduled a last-minute meeting with the labor leaders that will center on the pronouncement to be made by the president during his October 1st Independence Day broadcast. According to him, Tinubu is expected to unveil the palliative package for workers in the customary presidential speech to commemorate Nigeria's Independence Day. Now, they noted that the two major demands from the unions had been presented to the president. He further said that the Minister of Labour, Simon Lalong, had met one of the NLC demands, which was the release of the factional national president of the National Association of Road Transport Workers, Mr. Tajuddin Baruwa, from police custody. We will avert the strike. We got the news to their intention to go on strike, and they need to be rest assured that there will be a pronouncement in October 1st, in the October 1st speech of Mr. President for the Nigerian workers, Oshodu said. Now, according to him, the ministry is working very hard to meet with the second aspect of the demand, which focuses on the wage award, and they've already secured the release of the NURTW fractional chairman. So we hope to invite them on Tuesday, following the pronouncement of the president, to see reasons for them to call off the strike, he added. Well, my country people, it seems that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government is putting all efforts, all measures to make sure they stop the NLC and the TUC from embarking on this nationwide strike. I can tell you that I think this strike is the only thing that the federal government hears. It's the only word they hear. If the labor union and the trade union don't threaten the federal government with strike, I don't think the federal government would be ready to even consider their request. They won't be ready to consider their request, because if all these things are being done, all the requirements that the NLC had presented to the federal government, that this is what they want, had it been all these have been settled, then there would be no need for calling strike. But now, according to the Tinubu's government, Tinubu would soon unveil series of palliative measures, to mitigate the impact of the removal of fuel subsidy by his government. And yes, my country people, this decision of Tinubu removing the fuel subsidy payment has caused a lot of hardship for many Nigerians, which has led to several protests by the NLC, several strike warnings by the NLC. Now, to alleviate the suffering of the masses, President Tinubu had announced that various incentives, would be funded. Various initiatives will be funded with about 50 billion from the 80 million dollars World Bank loan that was initially requested by the former president Muhammad Buhari for a national security safety net programs. And yes, Tinubu had talked about sharing these palliatives to support Nigerians. But now, a lot of people are making demands. Tinubu had promised a new national minimum wage. Tinubu had promised a lot of things to the NLC, and also promised to monitor the exchange rate and the inflation. But it seems that the promise of Tinubu is not even, Nigerians are not seeing anything. The NLC, they are not seeing anything, any green light from the government. That's why it gets to a point whereby they wait on the government after giving ultimatums, and the ultimatum elapse. They tend to go on a strike because the only thing the government hears is strike. And now the government, they are trying to, rush things to set meetings with the NLC so that they won't embark on this strike. Well, my country people, Nigerians have reacted to this. Now, the first person said, palliative will not solve anything in this country. Instead, it will worsen. Let the normal thing be done so that the price of fuel and other things will come down. What useless palliatives? Is it 2 cups of rice and 1 liter of vegetable oil? You people are not serious. So you guys need to pay good salaries to cushion the effect of petrol prices that you've pushed up by your fuel subsidy removal, or fix our local refineries. The sooner you people realize that he did not promise you anything, the better for you guys. I wonder the kind of government we have all this time in this country. Ever since the notice has been given, the government will not do anything until the strike is pronounced. It is then the government will be looking for ways to avert it. Now, wow, this government is just cunning, implementing the previously starvation plans against indigenous Nigerians. Please, just announce how immediate the implementation would be. We are tired of announcement, I beg. We are tired of the speeches. Well, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. It seems that this palliative is not going to help matters. Palliative definitely would not help matters. What would help is if the government should fix our local refineries. What will help is if the government would stabilize the FX rate, I beg your pardon. What will help is if the federal government monitors the exchange rate and the inflation in this country. Because these things are affecting the prices of goods and services in this country, making it sure that the inflation rate in this country is on a high side. So the federal government needs to do a lot of things aside providing palliative. Even the palliative that they promised, a lot of Nigerians are yet to receive these palliatives. That's why the NLC, they are kicking on embarking on a strike. So guys, I'm dropping here. What are your thoughts on this? Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section. Thank you.